Harry's wife. Who's Harry's wife? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. One of the worst things that can happen to a narcissist is for somebody to go, "Who are you?" James Corden, arsehole, was so arrogant in believing that people already knew who he was that at an event some years ago he didn't bother to introduce himself, demonstrating his haughty behaviours and sense of entitlement. Of course, most people might well have known who he was, simply knowing him as arsehole. To not recognise a narcissist, to ask, "Who is that?" or "Who are you?" is a significant problem for the narcissist. Where the narcissist asks, "Sorry, who are you?" that is challenge fuel, because of course the individual is reacting with the narcissist and thus providing some fuel, but their failure to know who this person is challenges the notion of superiority and omnipresence of that narcissist, thus amounting to a threat to control. This is why, when certain narcissists, for instance, are not allowed entry to a VIP event or VIP nightclub, they immediately roll out the "Do you know who I am?" The failure to let them in, of course, is a threat to control. A bouncer saying "No," or "Your name's not down, you're not coming in," "Sorry, no trainers," whatever it might be, is challenge fuel. The failure to allow them to come in wounds. And therefore they play the "Do you know who I am?" card in order to try and persuade said bouncer to admit them. Invariably, of course, it fails, because if you didn't know who they were and they thought that they were somebody who should come into the club or the event, they wouldn't have stopped them in the first place. And invariably, that stroke is played by low cognitive function narcissists who are full of a sense of entitlement and very low on understanding the situation as it stands. For Harry's wife, she believes that everybody knows her. And unfortunately for many people, they have a sensation of not only knowing who she is, but a lot about her, essentially against their will. You don't seek out the information about her, but she's so ubiquitous that it invariably comes and finds you. In the circumstances, therefore, she believes that everybody knows who she is. Everybody, of course, looks upon her favourably, and if you don't, you're a racist hater. As I've mentioned before, in her deluded film of her life, she believes that all the men want to fuck her and all the women want to be her. She believes that wherever she goes, people go, "Oh look, there goes Harry's wife," and they want to meet her. They want to rush over and hug her and ask how she is and sing happy birthday to her or give her a gift, whatever it might be. So when somebody asks, "Who's Harry's wife?" boom, there is a real problem for her. This issue of challenge fuel has cropped up just recently in a rather oblique manner. As reported by Fox News, Harry's wife, Prince Harry, mentioned in wild lawsuit over Brooklyn and Nicola Peltz-Beckham's wedding. The subheading, demonstrating the fact that they are going to always have this following them around, is "The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were also recently parodied in an episode of South Park." As I told you about, a friend of mine who always had the name of his previous firm after his name following around for years after the event, Harry and Harry's wife are always going to have mention of the parody attached to whatever they're being reported on. Fox News states as follows: Brooklyn and Nicola Peltz-Beckham's wedding lawsuit keeps getting messier, and now it seems Harry's wife and Prince Harry are getting dragged into it. How might that be? It seems the royal couple were potentially on the guest list. In a new court filing from wedding planners Nicole Bryan and Ariana Grialba, Harry and Harry's wife's names pop up in text messages exchanged between Nicola, her mum Claudia, and the wedding planners. Did Harry's wife get an invite? Asked Claudia, the mother, according to documents obtained by Fox News Digital. Nicole, then responds, or rather Nicola responds with, "Who's Harry's wife?" How satisfying. Let's read that again. "Did Harry's wife get an invite?" Claudia asks. According to the documents obtained by Fox News Digital, Nicola responds, "Who's Harry's wife? Oh dear." Mwah, 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 mwah. Nicola Peltz doesn't know who Harry's wife is. Now, Harry's wife, were she to read this, would have her fury ignited, because it is rude in her world that everybody should know who she is, and for you to suggest that you don't makes you a nasty person. Claudia doesn't clarify and adds, "and Harry," in the exchange, which seems to suggest she's asking about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. There's no word on what happened next, but invited or not, Harry and Harry's wife did not attend the wedding. I would put my money on they weren't invited, given the fact that the bride-to-be had no idea who she was. The new court filing is part of an ongoing legal battle between Nicola's family and the wedding planners Bran and Giralba, who were hired 6 weeks before the wedding and let go just 9 days later. Nicola's father, Nelson, initially sued, claiming they refused to return a $159,000 deposit for services. Bran and Giralba and their company Plan Designs have countersued the Peltz family over breach of contract. That's what's rumbling on in the background. Details in the court filing reveal messy behind-the-scenes details between the planners, the bride and her family. The wedding planners claim Nicola and Claudia were disorganised with who they planned to invite, saying they received 4 different guest lists, including one from the Peltz Beckhams with wrong addresses and missing addresses. It states Nicola would get frustrated when the wedding planners asked for the guests' contact information, and that Nicola would instruct them to look it up on Google. The document also seems to lend credence to claims of a rift between Nicola and Brooklyn's mum, Victoria Beckham, over the wedding and Nicola's decision to not wear a gown designed by her now mother-in-law. Both Claudia and Nicola had insisted that Victoria Beckham, Brooklyn's mother, could not know about any internal mistakes regarding the ongoing planning of her son's wedding, including any errors with the guest list. Among many other planning activities, Plan Design was instructed to fix the guest list, the filing states. And on it goes. We don't need to get into all of the shenanigans of the legal action there. It gives you enough of a flavour in terms of what's going on. But the point of this is to demonstrate the deliciousness by which Nicola Peltz asked who Harry's wife was, and to explain to you that that is a major problem for a narcissist, whether it's Harry's wife or somebody else, not to be known, not to be recognised, because the narcissist believes that everybody should know who they are, and a failure to recognise them, of course, is either wounding, or whether it's said to them, "Who are you?" or "Who is this person?" it's challenge fuel. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.